In this video, 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons character classes, how to Barbarian. Let's do it! Rage is your defining trait. You throw yourself headlong into battles. The niceties of the world you inhabit fall way below your desire to punish your foes. Hi, my name is Joel Auger, and I make D&D video resources for players every single week. Now would be the perfect time, if you're into that kind of stuff, to press the subscribe button. Okay, enough about that. Barbarian character class features. Hit points. These are the number of points your character can expend before going unconscious from damage in battle or in extraneous circumstances inside of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. If you want to know more about HitDice and hit points and how they work, we have another video called How Do Hit Points and HitDice Work in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, which I am linking here. Up there, a little info arrow, little info bubble. There. It should be noted that when picking any character class, you're actually picking your hit dice as well, which is your hit points dice. This, in particular for the Barbarian, is a truly huge benefit because you get the largest hit die possible. The D12 dodecahedron, which you get to add to your character every time you level up. As a Barbarian, you get 12 hit points to start, plus your Constitution modifier. That's for your first level. And then any subsequent level after that, you get an additional D12 to roll, plus your Con modifier. Again, making hit point increases for the Barbarian very quick as compared to other classes. Barbarian proficiencies break down this way. Proficient with light armor, medium armor, and shields. For weapons, proficient with simple weapons and martial weapons. The strength and constitution saving throws are where you're most proficient on rolls. Barbarians don't have specific tool proficiencies. You can pick 2 special skill bonuses from this list. Animal handling, athletics, intimidation, nature, perception, and survival to get bonuses on those skill checks that your DM might ask you to roll. Barbarians start out with the following equipment in addition to whatever equipment their chosen background provides them. A great axe or any martial melee weapon, of which there are hundreds. 2 hand axes or any simple weapon. And then an explorer's pack and 4 javelins. As a barbarian, you get to enter a rage as a bonus action during combat as long as you're not wearing heavy armor or casting a spell if you are a multi-classed character. Entering a rage gives you some cool benefits during battle. Advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Melee weapon attacks gain a damage bonus, and you do more damage on that bonus the higher level up you are. Barbarians have a bonus resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Entering a rage only lasts 1 minute, and you do have to take a long rest to replenish your use of your rage slots, or your uses of the rage bonus action. Barbarians have a base armor class of 10, and then you can add your dexterity modifier and constitution modifier to that to boost it even further, and you can still use a shield to increase that AC even further. Are you dealing with pent-up anger issues? It's okay. With a Barbarian at second level and above, you can actually do this thing called Reckless Attack, which allows you to throw caution to the wind, throw off all worries of defense, and actually go into that first attack with an advantage on your melee attack rolls that are using strength. The one caveat to that is that your opponents in that same round of combat will gain advantage on their attacks against you. At second level, you also get this thing called Danger Sense, which gives you advantage on your dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see, like traps and spells and such. You also can't be deafened, blinded, or incapacitated because of this feature. At third level, you gain a path. You either choose the path of the Totem Warrior or you choose the path of the Berserker. And both have special features that you gain at level 3, level 6, level 10, and level 14. I won't go into the details about those paths for this video, just because it's a little bit lengthy and more detailed. But if you want me to make that video, please do let me know in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. When you reach level 4, 8, 12, 16, and 19, you can increase an ability score by 2, or 2 ability scores by 1. You can never go beyond 20 on any ability scores. At level 5, when you take an attack action, you're actually able to attack twice. Additionally, at level 5, you get 10 extra feet of movement, unless, of course, you're wearing heavy armor. At level 7, you get Feral Instinct. What that allows is advantage on your initiative rolls, so potentially bumping you up higher on the turn order during combat. The other advantage that it gives you is that as long as you're not incapacitated and you are going to use Rage as your first action during combat, then you can't be surprised during that combat round. At levels 9, 13, and 17 as a Barbarian, you get this thing called Brutal Critical. And what it does is it adds an additional weapon damage die to the rolls you are doing for damage during combat. So at level 9, you get an additional D8 on Battle Axe. At level 13, you get 2 additional D8. At level 17, you get 3 additional D8 for that weapon. At level 11, Barbarians start to be able to cheat death, as really the only way to explain it. You can get, as long as you're raging, you can get damaged during battle down to 0 hit points, which would render most players unconscious. At this point, the Barbarian can roll a Constitution saving throw with a difficulty class or DC of 10, and if they succeed on that roll, so get over a 10, they are able to come back up to 1 hit point, keeping them conscious. So cheating death. They wouldn't have to go into death saves at that point. Now, it gets harder if you have to do this more than once. It goes from a DC of 10 up to a DC of 15, and then up to a DC of 20 if you have to do it over and over again, so harder and harder to succeed at. But it's still pretty amazing that Barbarians at level 11 can effectively cheat death. At level 15, your rage persists no matter what. You have to fall unconscious, or you have to choose to end your rage for your rage to end. Indomitable Might at level 18 allows you to switch out your failed strength checks with your strength score. So let's say you rolled a 16 total strength check, and you had a strength score of 18. You could just take your score of 18 and use it for your strength checks. It's basically however strong you are is how successful you are at your strength checks when you get to level 18. At level 20, you are Primal Champion. You are Barbarian the whole way through, inside and out. No one can deny you. Your strength is now at 24, and your constitution is now at 24, and it doesn't seem like much can stop you. That's it for me, folks. Hopefully you've enjoyed this very in-depth dive into the Barbarian class in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Here's my viewer question for this video. Have you ever played a Barbarian? If so, what was your most favorite and your least favorite aspect of playing said Barbarian? Leave it in the comments. I will assuredly respond. All right, see you later.